Hello everyone, let's discuss about the another important industry, iron and steel industry. So dear student, we already learned about the textile industry, means cotton textile industry, jute textile industry and sugar industry. So dear student, today we are going to discuss about the iron and steel industry. Iron and steel industry is a mineral based industry because it depends on mineral for their raw material, and it use iron ore as a raw material and produce the iron and steel. But iron and steel industry also known as basic or key industry. Why? Because its finished product used as a raw material by the another industry and produce the another product. That's why iron and steel industry known as basic or key industry. So why iron and steel industry are called the basic or key industry? All of you understand? In briefly, all industries, it may be heavy, medium, either smaller. All industries are depends on iron and steel industry for their machinery. The second, iron and steel will use to produce the varieties of engineering goods. The third, also steel used to manufacture the construction goods, medical, telephonic, defense and scientific equipment. The last reason is also iron and steel industry provide the consumer goods to the people. That's why iron and steel industry is called basic or key industry. In India, public sector, that means iron and steel industry run by the SAIL, Steel Authority of India. So already discussed, iron and steel industry use iron ore as a raw material to produce the iron and steel industry. So iron and steel industry, where should be located? What is the ideal place to set up the iron and steel industry? So just think about the nature of the raw material. So raw material is iron ore. It is heavy and bulky, and also its finished goods, that means iron and steel, also heavy and bulky. So we require good and efficient transport network to supply the raw material to the industries and finished good to the market. So in that case, iron and steel industry should be set up near the raw material and also where the transport network is good and efficient, that can reduce the transport cost. So iron and steel industry not only use iron ore as a raw material, also require the other substitute raw material to produce the iron and steel. So just see the ratio 4:2:1. 4 represent the iron ore, 2 represent the coking coal and 1 represent the limestone are required to produce the iron and steel, and also mix the manganese to harden the steel. In India, so many iron and steel industries are developed. Tata Iron and Steel Industry, Rourkela Iron and Steel Industry, Bokaro Iron and Steel Industry, and also Bhilai Steel Plant, Salem Steel Plant, Bhadravati Steel Plant. But most of the iron and steel industries are concentrated in Chota Nagpur Plateau region. This Chota Nagpur Plateau region is the southward extension of the Central Highland, and this Chota Nagpur Plateau region also known as the storehouse of mineral, because all kinds of minerals are available in Chota Nagpur Plateau region. So why iron and steel industry mainly concentrate and develop in Chota Nagpur Plateau region? So first reason is low cost of iron ore. The second reason is high grade raw materials are available in Chota Nagpur Plateau region, because we require the other substitute as a raw material. So these are the high grade raw material are available in Chota Nagpur Plateau region. And third important reason is cheap and abundant labor are available in this region. The fourth important reason is large growth potential to the home market. Otherwise, there are so many factors: supply of water, supply of electricity, good and well transport network, all together helps to develop the iron and steel industry in Chota Nagpur Plateau region. India is one of the most important iron and steel producing country. India is the 9th largest producer of iron and steel in 2015 in the world, and also largest sponge iron producing country in the world. So but India, just think, India is an important iron and steel producing country in the world, yet it does not perform well according to its full potential, Why? Because it have some challenges, some problem that faced by the iron and steel industry. That's why it does not work as its full potential. The first problem is high cost and low availability of cooking coal. The second problem is erratic supply of electricity that interrupt the production and reduce the amount of production. Third problem is labor output is quite low, and due to the poor infrastructure, the production of iron and steel is quite low and the quality also quite low. These problems are faced by the iron and steel industry today. China also largest producer and largest consumer of iron and steel. India also, but we see India per capita steel consumption is quite low, only 32 kg per annum. Why? What is the reason behind it? Why people are use less amount of iron and steel? The first reason is the production of iron and steel quite low due to the high cost and low availability of cooking coal. Second reason, the overall production of iron and steel is low and it insufficient to fulfill the demand of iron and steel in India. The third important factor is India have the less developed in transport network. So lack of good and efficient transport network is difficult to supply the finished product as iron and steel to the different cities in different part of the country, in either different areas of a country. So it is difficult due to the lack of the well developed transport network. The fourth important reason is most of the people of India, they lived in rural area. They are economically poor. That's why they are less use the iron and steel for their purpose. So lastly, we discuss about the mini steel plant and integrated steel plant. How mini steel plant is different from the integrated steel plant? The first difference is mini steel plant is smaller than the integrated steel plant. That means integrated steel plant is larger than the mini steel plant. The second difference is mini steel plant use scrap and sponge iron as a raw material, but integrated steel plant use iron ore as a raw material. Third, all tasks, all activities are done in a different complex in mini steel plant, but in integrated steel plant all tasks, either all activities are done within a single complex. Fourth difference is mini steel plant produce the milled iron, but integrated steel plant produce the high quality of iron and steel. Fifth, mini steel plant use the advanced technology to produce the iron, but integrated steel plant not much advanced than the mini steel plant. So dear student, I think all of you understand about the iron and steel industry. Okay.